Okay, right, I hope you can see this okay. This is quite difficult always to video negative display watch. So I'm going to keep this on my wrist and try and keep it nice and still. What you can see here is the SGW100 from Casio. Full part number is actually the SGW100 2BCF. And this is one of the Casio twin sensor watches. Twin sensor being both compass and thermometer built in. So we'll come on to those functions in a second. First of all, let's just run through the basics of the watch. So what we've got here is a fairly decent sized watch actually. So approximately across the face here, you're looking at about 45, 46 mil across. The lug to lug is a little bigger at just over 50, and you've got the usual features that you get on a Casio digital these days. So as you can see here, up in the top corner is the date. So this is January the 31st and it's Monday and it's 9:28, and then there's the seconds. We'll go through the modes. So we have a world time mode, so I've got that set to New York, so you can see it's 4:28 in New York, but also still showing that it's 9:28 here in the UK. We've got a stopwatch, we've got a timer, I've got that set to 2 minutes at the moment, and then the alarm mode. So I've currently got my alarm set to 6:35, it's switched off, and if I flip through the modes here, you can see that says AL1 up in the top right hand corner up there. There are actually 2, 3, 4 alarms. There's the snooze option, and then there's the signal. So that's basically the the hourly signal. And then the snooze is quite good because you can set how long you want the snooze to be. So there we go. So there's the alarm function. And then back to the start. So that's your basic functions. If I just tilt this a little bit, you can see the backlight. Not too bad, quite good here. I wouldn't mind if it stayed on a bit longer, or at least stayed on while I got my finger on the button. But I guess the less it stays on, the longer the battery lasts. Now we will have a look at these compass and thermometer settings. So on this button here, so on this section down here, so around about sort of like 4 or 5 o'clock on the watch face, you've got a button that says COMP. And you can see if you press it, it does a quick calibration, and then it tells you which way 12 o'clock is facing. And as it happens, I've got 12 o'clock facing due north at the moment, assuming I've got this calibrated correctly and it's not being interfered with by anything else in my my desk. So if I move this around to a few degrees and give it another nudge, you can now see how north is that way, and if I move my wrist, it adjusts. Not bad, it's quite good. So that's the compass, and it when you press that button there, what it does is it takes a reading, and now for about 10 seconds it will give you a compass reading, so it's enough for you to get a bearing on where you need to be and where you're heading. Now also down in the bottom half of this screen here is the thermometer. It's currently saying 21.8 degrees. Now the manual very clearly tells you that this temperature is affected by your body temperature, so wearing this on my wrist is going to affect it. So the way to get a true temperature is to actually take this off your wrist, and again, according to the manual, it actually suggests that you leave it 20 to 30 minutes in an ambient environment to get a different temperature. So as you can see, this is actually rising at the moment. This is because before I made this video, I actually took the watch outside. I left it outside for about 20 minutes and let it get to some colder temperature from out in the garden, and as you can see from this video, it got down to about 6.5, 7 degrees, and since I've brought it back indoors and I put it back on my wrist, the temperature's rising, both by my body temperature and I guess the ambient temperature in the room. So yeah, all in all, I think it's a great looking watch. How much I'm going to use these twin sensor functions is very, very unlikely, if I'm honest with you. It's a bit of a gimmick, but I think it looks great. The strap could possibly do with being a little bit wider, maybe just a couple of mil wider, because it feels like quite a narrow strap for a watch that's got quite a decent sized face. So there we have it. There's the Casio twin sensor SGW100, or the full name is the SGW100 2CBF. And if you fancy getting hold of one of these, I'll put a link in the description below. And if you've got any questions or want to see some more videos, then please leave some comments below, and I will do my best to see if I can help. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Cheers.